We can also add additional rows and indeed columns to a data frame. So to add a row, we have to specify the values for all of the columns in this new row, which makes sense. If we had an Excel table and we needed to add another patient, we'd have to give all the information for all the columns that we've got. And similarly, to add a column, we have to specify the value for that column in all the rows. So to add a row, we would specify the index value for the new row, and it would be, if it doesn't exist, that would essentially add to the row. So just like where we're referencing in a list or something, or another, like, sorry, a dictionary is a better example, where we provide an index value, a lookup value that doesn't exist, and it will then create it. We do the same thing with a data frame. We provide it with an index value that doesn't exist for our new entry, and then we need to give it all of the values for all of the columns, apart from obviously the index. So here the index column is one of our columns. If it's a separate pandas, the separate pandas index that it added, you'd have to specify patient ID as well in this list. But we just add that as a list. So here I've just specified I could have done that in one line, but here I've specified the list of entries for each of the columns. So that'll be the name, whether they've been vaccinated, their age, and the county. Be careful though, you can of course accidentally overwrite a row by doing this. If you give an index that already exists, it will overwrite that row with whatever information you give. So just be aware of that. To add a column, we need to do the same thing, but we've got to add in all of the values for that new column for every entry that we have. So here, if we wanted to add a new column that indicated whether they were admitted or not, then we would have to add a yes or no entry in this case for every single patient record we've got. Now, I've only put 5 there. There's actually over 30 in the CSV file. I've just done this here because I was not going to sit there and type out 30 entries. But you get the point. You'd have to have a list that contains the values for every one of those rows.